welcome to part 4 of the video. Sorry, it's really hard to remember where I've got to. So part 1, 2 and 3 we were basically getting the parts, cutting to what we need them to be, hollowing them out or increasing the internal diameter to make sure they all fit. And then at the very end of part 3, I think we had got that one section of the handle that I was loving, which was a ribbed thing. Why tell you when I can show you? Oh, look at that. That is lush. It is so nice. And yes, I know it's not perfect. These are exactly the same. Blah, blah, blah. I did it on the fly. Normally I would have measured it or done something to make sure these would be right, but either way, oh, it's so nice. Between sections I've made a switch section, so you're getting the idea now, guys, eh? If you hadn't already figured it out. And I pushed that on there. But look at that. Oh, it is so good. I am so happy with this so far. So, one thing, this was the exact right size for this switch section, and then I narrowed it down, and it's slightly over, but it's the first one. It's one I've never done before. This all works beautiful. I've pushed this part on there fully, so this is going to go into the handle. This is for the pommel. I haven't done that yet. The pommel will be part 5. I don't know why I'm shouting. Will be part 5. So I need to put 4 holes on this. So I have this previous one, and I know all the holes in here are exact, so I'm going to use this as a reference and a guide. There. So now I need to puncture these. I've got a hole punch. Actually, I might not use a hole punch. I might use a manual punch and do it that way. So I'm going to do that now, and you can watch me do it. Right, so we've now got this part done, which goes on here. Well, there you go, clip it in place. So now when this section goes in, it will be riveted in place and it'll stay there, which is good, because we don't want it to move. I want to rivet this in place, but I want to glue it in place as well. I can't decide what to do. We'll do the same. We'll drill and rivet that. So I'm not going to show you me doing that on camera. I'll do it off camera. So we'll come back and we'll see this part done when it's shown. So 1 second. Right. So this is now in place. Beautiful. That's what it looks like. Just a tiny little rivet at the back. Nice and flush. Can't really tell. You can tell, but I've been thinking while I've been doing this, what I might actually do is I might actually also weather and age this. It's just telling me it wants to be aged and weathered. So I've got to comply. It's what it wants. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the switch on, drill and tap the switch and get that in place. And then we'll move on to the final part, which will be locking this in place. So excited! Sorry. See you in a second, and I'll be drilling all the parts. I am so happy with this. Right. So I think the next thing I need to do is I need to put these grooves on here. Have I convinced you now that I do actually make these by hand? Do you now believe me? You can't not believe me now. I mean, you've seen me just make all this from scratch. I'm sure you've got to believe me. Anyway, I'll see you at the mill and we'll get this part done. Okay, so we're back. This is locked in place. This is locked in place. This is locked in place. This isn't. But we put this on. God, that's a great fit. This is the back. And I know it's not exactly like the ones that everyone else does, but there are limitations to what I can do, unfortunately. And then that'll go on there. If you give me 2 seconds, rather than film it, because all I'm going to do is drill a hole there and put this in place, I'll do that now and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. 1 second. So there we are. Nice in place. I know, a bit disappointing how messy these are, but I'm hoping when I weather it and age it, it won't be such an issue. So fingers crossed. Bit of loose metal on the side. Just get rid of that now because I don't want that in there because it damages the wires. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, so part 4. Please tune in for part 5. Let me bring the camera up for you guys so you can see my beautiful face design just for radio. Yeah, oh, it's so good. I've always wanted to do one of these, and I just don't know why. I'm just so happy with the look of it. Really, really, really happy with this. So, got the emitter to do. So, come back for episode 5 when we do the emitter, and then that's it. And what I'll do is most probably reveal to all of you when it's been weathered and aged, and it looks amazing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, guys. Come on.